mga kagrupo natin, no, that you will have to assign these parts, no, of your pitch to your, say, CFO, your CMO, and your CEO. So say, or COO, okay? So say for example, for the first topic that we're going to have for the MVP, which is of course trying to find out or making sure that you are able to build your minimum viable product. I will have to assign this to your COO or your CTO or your CPO, na? So siya ang bigyan natin ng leadership, na, in terms of coming up with this one, na? So the next topic that we're going to talk about is your finance, and I want that the finance officer, your CFO, will take charge of this one, na? So make sure that the CEO is overseeing everything and making sure that everything is consistent, na? So whatever it is that, say for example, the CTO or the COO has come up with the MVP, make sure that the CFO knows the cost of how to build this product. Okay? So kailangan coordinated pa rin tayo, no? And that is the role of the CEO to make sure that everything is coordinated, no? And everything is consistent, no? And then the next topic we're going to have is your go-to-market strategy. So when we talk about a go-to-market strategy, this is your marketing strategy. So I want the CMO to lead this part of the pitch, no? And so kailangan siya din ang mag-take lead, no? So again, also the CEO oversees what is the CMO is doing, because that go-to-market strategy has also a finance component, no? So magkano ang budget natin for marketing, no? So dapat pareho tugma tayo. Okay? So the CEO has to oversee that, okay? So these are the important points, no, that every one of the group members should take a lead on, no? So kailangan meron silang kanya-kanyang gagawin sa ating pitch, no? So before I go to the topic, let me just show you what are the important slides that you will need to come up with for this week, no? So as you can see, this is the pitch deck for milestone 4. So for milestone 4, sabi natin, buo na siya. So the pitch, the slides for milestone 1 are still included. If you can see, there is still who we are, nandun pa rin yung problem opportunity, nandun pa rin yung problem interviews, your market sizing, no? Your value proposition canvas, your competition analysis. Okay? So in this part, for milestone number 2, are there any questions so far?
Doc
Yes?
Pam, nakashare ba kayo?
Ay, sorry. Oo,
Nakashare kayo?
nakalimutan ko. Ayan na. Yes. Eto na. Sorry, guys. Okay. There it is. Can you see? Okay, so as I've
Yes po.
mentioned, this is your pitch deck for milestone number 4. And all the milestone and all the slides from in milestone number 1 are still included, no? So what we do is just add to this slide decks, no? So we still have yung who we are, problem opportunity, problem interviews, you still have your market size and estimation, until your solution and competition analysis. So these were parts of your milestone 1. Okay? Your milestone 2 should
lag ka, Doc.
include na last time VP. Am I still lagging?
Yes, Doc.
Am I still
Naka-red ang spike sa'yo. Naka-red ang spike.
Okay. How about now po?
Okay na. Yes po.
Ayun. So the MVP, which we already started last a week, no, but I will continue on so that you would know what are exactly needed, no, in your pitch decks. So say for example in this one, no, so provide a full product service description. So you will only be able to come up with this one when you have undergone validation with your customers. So you have to see you have to let them see what your product is, no, or show them how it works, no, and or show them tingi of your product, no, so that you can get information or feedback from them to build your product as the product that you are to sell, no. So when we talk about your MVP, your minimum viable product. So sinasabi natin minimum viable product. So we don't say that you have to come up now with a product that you can already sell, no? We are doing what we call a lean or agile way of coming up with your product, no? So tingi siya. You can show them, say for example, say for example, ang problem is for people to go from one place to another, no? So automatic ang maiisip natin, ito ay isang transportation it's a vehicle, no? So ang iniisip natin, what comes to our mind is right away a car, no? So what we do is we come up with the prototype of the car and give to our customers, no? So hindi, when we come up with an MVP, it simply looks into the underlying needs of your customer. Say for example, ang underlying need niya lang actually is to get one point to another, no? So what are ways for people to get to one point to another, no? So there are different ways, no? So say for example, we can use a skateboard, no? We can use, say for example, a bicycle, not right away a kotse or yeah, no? So we give them a tingi-tingi, no? We say, for example, you start off with, providing them with a skateboard and ask them information or feedback if that is what they need or not, no? And work from there, no? Say for example, pagbigay mo ng skateboard, okay na pala sa kanila yon. Di tapos ka na, no? Yun na yung produkto mo, no? That answers their requirements. No? Pero pagka sinabi nila, hindi, gusto ko kasi nakaupo ako. No? Gusto ko hindi ako nag-physical activity. No? And then you change it into something else. Like say for example, you provide a seat, no, for them or whatever. And then you revise, you pivot, you interject things that will make them be satisfied with, no? So sabi nga dun sa ating last na video, sabi doon, hindi kailangan napakaganda na agad-agad, no? So what is really required of you now is just simply, provide them with an idea of what your solution is, no? So as I've mentioned, you can come up with your solution video, no? And your websites, no? And that you can get from there, you can get feedback. That is the most important part of your MVP. Now, the reason why we come up with the MVP is for you to get feedback so that you can refine your product. Okay? So, here you insert a picture of the prototype, provide a video link of the working prototype, if any. Share screenshots of website or a landing page or a testimony. Importante yon kasi feedback yan eh. If the venture is in any online business, it must definitely showcase a functional website. Share a website link, share an app link if you have, and describe a description of how the product will work and steps the customer will follow and any other information. Okay? So your MVP, you should, as I've said, this is for you to validate. No? Does my solution fit the requirements or answer the problem of my customers? Okay. Does the feature or the features of my product provides the necessary solution to problems of my customers? Okay? So you have to answer this one. So what is your MVP? So you have to test, you have to validate. So you have to plan out how you're going to go about this one. So and then identify who your target audience are and how do I test them. So say for example, if my customers or my target market are mothers, I will have to test how many mothers, and where am I going to go about this? How am I going to go about this, So let us know what were the plans, and then you do your validation, you do the feedbacking, and answer the following questions. Did enough customers buy? Why or why not? Or, kasi hindi pa naman tayo nagbebenta, pwede natin palitan itong question na to say how are they willing to buy. When we say buy, willing to spend talaga, hindi lang yung gusto lang. Bibilhin ba nila kapag nandiyan na, or not? Did customers pay the price expected, or are they okay with the price that you've set or not? Did customers come back to your product or show interest in doing so? Okay, so did customers recommend your product to others or evangelize about it? And so from there, once you've gathered the results of that, you can now proceed with your conclusion. Given the validation from your customer, are you going to persevere? Are you going to pivot? Or you still need more data, and so that you can decide. So it's not yet conclusive, So from there, from the test of your results, you can now identify or you can conclude whether you are to persevere with the solution that you have or you will have to change it. Okay, and then tell us what are your realizations while you are trying to have your MVP validated. Okay, and then if say for example you need to pivot, you let us know what are the next steps that you need to do. Or if you are to persevere, what are also the next steps that you are to do. Okay, are there questions so far in this topic for the MVP? Are there any questions or clarifications?
None so far.
Okay, sige ha. Kasi now is the best time to ask me because you are to do this already by today and tomorrow. Yes, Perlin, go ahead.
Just
Yes,
to
Perlin.
yes, yes po. Thank you so much. Just to have some more insights about the what could be the proper replacements po in terms of questions po aside doon sa two examples that you had given po para doon sa results of test, just for us to have gather more information po in regards with the things that we may be needing po. What do you can you suggest po for replacements po in terms of those kind of questions po that you have given already?
Okay, so it really depends on what kind of product you are trying to present to your customers, no? But of course, we would like to know and find out whether the features that we are to include in the product will be able to is something that they would love to have, no? Hindi lang yung nice to have, no? But would really love to have, no? So you can be creative with the questions that you're going to ask. Wala naman siyang standard questions for as long as you are able to get the information that you need in order for you to build the product. Okay? So
Alright.
go over the features that you have for the product, no? Particularly of course, you have to make sure that you answer the underlying need, no? And kung ano man yung mga additional features that you are going to have or you have to put there, are they really something that people would love to have, no? And of course, pricing is very, very important, no? Knowing that they are okay with the price that you are suggesting, no? Or that they will be willing to buy it. Now, that is one of the most important thing to get to know about. Okay? All right. So thank you for that question, my dear. Did I answer it?
Yes po, I just assume po na there's some certain standard that we should have followed, but thank you for clarifying for that po. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Any more questions or clarifications? Okay. Now is the best time to ask me. Okay? Para hindi tayo malito once we go about this one. Okay, so again, no, I want that the COO will take a lead on this one, no? Of course, kasama pa rin ang ating marketing, no, to help out. But the lead would be for the CEO. Okay? So that would be the MVP validation. No? So what is important with the MVP validation is that we have sort of like a proof of concept, no? Meaning to say we don't just go into battle knowing na hindi natin alam na we're uncertain if bibilhin ba siya or hindi, no? So kailangan ma-validate muna natin before we put in all our resources to coming up with the product that we are going to sell in the market. So this is a very important activity for every business. No? So you have to have an MVP validation. Okay. So the next part is, of course, your sales, your finance part. No? So your finance part will include your sales plan, your financial plan, no? And then you have your unit economics and your funding plan. So as I've said earlier, the CFO will have to take a lead on this one. So medyo heavy siya because there are a lot of worksheets that you will have to do. But as I've mentioned, all the worksheets, all the templates are already provided to you in the platform. So all you need to do is download it and then input the necessary information. Okay. Eto lang. When you do that, please, yes, Francisco, go ahead, my dear.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I have this question. I saw the MVP that in the MVP slide that we need to provide like a website for a website. In our case po kasi we are service entity. So the grocery is, and we are planning, part of the business plan is to have our own website where customers can order from there. But
Yes.
I doubt if we can already provide you with the website because none of us is a programmer, and the initial plan po talaga is to hire a programmer, but we cannot really make the website as of the moment.
Okay, let me give you a tip on that, Francisco. No? So, for now, we won't require you to have like a transactional website, which is, but actually, you can still do that in free websites such as your Wix.com No, there are a lot of free websites that you can use, and it's very, very user friendly. That templates are already there, and all you need to do is to make use of the template that's existing, no, and work on the and you know, it's just for you to brand it as your own. So these are examples of websites that you can use for free. You have your Wix.com. Of course, you have your Google Sites pa rin, when you have a Google account, no? What else? There are, ano pa ba? Marami tayong websites that are free and available. Yes, you can even make use of your FB pages, na, or Instagram or other social media sites that you can have. That it's easier for you to come up with a landing page for your product, no? So ang maganda with a service company or a service venture is that, you know, it's easy for you to put whatever it is your service in the website, no? Dahil hindi ka na kailangan mag-come up ng parang sketch of your product, no, etc. Okay? Would that be good for you, Francisco?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the suggestion.
So, madali lang. Kahit ako nga, hindi naman ako ganun ka-savvy, but I can work on the Wix website, na? Madali lang for the Wix website. And they have templates. Say, for example, whatever services that you provide, they already have a template for that. Okay? Any more questions or clarifications? Any questions or clarifications? Okay, sige. So, please work on that. No, try to find out free websites that you can use. And yes, Nimrod, go ahead.
Good afternoon po, ma'am. Mag-count na po bang FB pages website po since hindi naman po lahat ng business kailangan ng website po?
It's really up to you, no, on how you are to what platform you're going to use. Now, just make sure that this platform is able to connect with your customers. No? So if this is the best way for you to connect with your customers, then use it. Now, that's part of your go-to-market strategy. Okay?
Okay po, Doc. Thank you po.
Anything else? Anything else? Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. I can't use my microphone, but I would like to clarify if we already have a sketch of the prototype. Are we still required to create a video for a working prototype? Yes, you can. You need to come up with a solution demo, no? So that we would know what is this for? How is this going to be used, no? Etc. So you have to come up with a video to explain that. Okay? All right. Okay, anything else? Okay, sige. So just put in your questions and I'll get back to them, no, if it still is a part of the MVP. Okay? So anyway, these are the slides for your finance. We have your sales plan, no, your go-to-market strategy, your financial plan, your forecasts, P&L, profit and loss, no? You have your financial projections, and then you have your unit economics, which we are to discuss today. Okay? So, please fasten your seatbelt. Okay, so eto na ang medyo madugo siya kasi syempre we're going to talk about numbers, and this is also very interesting na because this is a way for us to determine whether there is a good in this type of venture. I mean, if we are to pursue this or not, no? So eto yung dito natin makikita kung talagang maganda ba itong inegosyo talaga o hindi. Okay? So, dito natin malalaman yun at paano natin gagawin na magiging sustainable siya. Okay? Alright, so if you can see, if you can check with your platform, this is your right after your milestone number 2, this is your week number 9. No? Miss Net, before I forget, please inform all the faculty to release all the milestones, milestone number 2, number 3, and 4 already by today so that students can look into it and they can already download the template for milestone number 4. Okay? So, guys, hindi ibig sabihin that ginawa na natin yung milestone 4, hindi na tayo magsasubmit sa platform ng milestone 2, 3. No? Magsasubmit pa rin tayo ng milestone 2 and 3. Okay? Pero, ang milestone 2 and 3 kasi kasama yan sa milestone 4. So, pag nabuo mo na yung milestone 4, you just cut no, until the MVP ang milestone 2, upload. No? And then, milestone 3 hanggang, I think, hanggang financials, and then upload. Milestone 4 hanggang funding, then upload everything. Okay? Gets po ba? Nagets po ba? Nakuha po ba ang instruction? Nakuha po ba yung instruction, guys?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
po.
Okay. So again, submit all the milestones in the platform because each milestone has a corresponding grade. Okay? So hindi lang tayo nag-grade ng milestone number 4. Okay? So kung wala kang milestone number 2 and 3 doon, nako, minus na agad 50% of your score. Na wala na yun. Patay tayo dyan. Okay? So, malamang hindi tayo makakapasa pagka ganun. Okay? So, submit milestone 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the platform. Okay. So, if you check your platform, you will see that week number 9 is your financial feasibility, which we are going to talk today, and then your go-to-market and your KPI. And your funding, I will talk to you about that tomorrow. Okay? So for this one muna, okay, so if there is actually no handouts for this one, so that I will have to just go through the module muna before we go to the template. Okay? Should you have any questions along the way, just raise your hand. No, don't wait for me to finish so that you get clarified right away with how you're going to go about all of these. Okay, most especially for the CFOs. Okay. All right. So for this class, for this session, we're going to talk about your business planning and its importance, concepts of a financial plan. You have to understand this so that you would know why is this important for me to find out. No? How is this going to how is this particular data going to affect everything? No? So we have to understand concepts. You will learn how to create your financial plan. You will know the importance of having a financial projection, and you would know about unit economics and cost and revenue. Okay, so all right, so let's go over it now. Okay, so what are the components of a business plan? So as we have already distinguished what is a business plan compared to that of a business model. So we say that the business model is like your map. No? It is just a one-pager that tells you what are the composition of your business. No? But the business plan tells you the nitty-gritty of it. No? So the details of the organization strategy and expected financial performance. Okay? So your business plan is composed of the following. Now you have your sales plan, your people plan, and your financial plan. Okay. So the reason why we come up with a sales plan is for us to determine, no, or make sure that we are able to accomplish the goal that we want to achieve, no, for our business in terms of finance. No? So we need to plan out how are we going to sell? How are we going to earn money? So a sales plan is necessary. It is a strategy document that lays out a company's plan for improving sales results in a specified time period. So it requires you to take calculation of your market size using a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, and you conduct the following steps. No? So you build a sales forecast, and you create a customer acquisition funnel. Okay, so when we come up with a customer acquisition funnel, we determine how many is from that big market, how many are we to capture? Diba? If you can remember, your TAM, SAM, SOM. Okay, so you have your TAM as the largest possible market that you can take, no? But of course, we narrow it down to your SAM, your addressable market, meaning to say, this is the only market that I can reach given my resources, no? Ito lang yung kayang ma-reach ng marketing resources ko, no? Na kaya ng ma-reach ng technology ko. Okay, so that's your TAM. And then your SOM is out of this TAM, hindi naman lahat sila bibili sa'yo. No? So how much is my SOM? This SOM is that they are the 99% of the time they're going to buy your product. Okay? So you have to know, how do I make sure that my SOM, my identified SOM, is going to buy from me? No? So tinatrabaho po yan. Hindi yan babagsak lang sa ating mga lap. We have to plan, we have to strategize for us to be able to get that sales from them. Okay? So you have to strategize. Alright, so if, say for example, ang ratio, guys, no? If you've tried selling, okay? Sino ba nakapag-try na magbenta dito? Raise your hand. Raise your hand lang, hindi kita papa-explain. Raise your hand. Just ano lang. Okay, so may mga experience na pagbibenta. Okay, very good. Ang next na tanong. Sa mga nagbenta, naka-experience na ba kayo ng rejection? Raise your hand. Sino naka-experience ng rejection? Okay, very good. Masakit, diba? Hindi yung rejection sa laba. Pero gano'n na rin yung sakit nun. Pareho lang yun. Hindi, joke. Pagka ni-reject ka, di ba, akala mo failure ka, ano ba yan, nanginginan ka ng loob. Pero gano'n talaga. The ratio actually is 1:10. Okay? Meaning to say, the ratio is 1:10. Meaning to say that out of 10 people that you approach, only one person will buy your product. Okay? So that's the ratio. So kapag na-reject ka, huwag ka mahinaan ng loob. Ganun talaga yon. Ganun talaga siya. No? So studies would show that, 1:10 talaga. No? That 10 people that you approach, only one person will buy. Ganun siya. Okay, that's the reality of it. So, hindi ka dapat ma-frustrate, no? Hindi ka dapat mahinaan ng loob. Okay. Laika, are you raising your hand? Do you have any question? Nawala. Okay, sige. So, ganon. So, kaya kailangan natin mag-strategize, no? To make sure that, so kung 1 out of 10, kung gusto kong maka-achieve ng 10 na sales, ang ratio natin is 1:10. Gusto ko at the end of the month or the end of the month, I get 10 sales. Okay. Ilan ang aking i-approach? Ilan ang aking i-approach para makakuha ko ng 10 sales? Ilan ang kailangan ko i-approach para makuha ko yung 10 na katao na bibili sa akin? Ilan ang kailangan ko i-approach para makuha ko yung 10? Ilan po? Can you type it on the chat box? Kung gusto ko ng 10 katao, 1:10 ang ating ratio. 100. O, diba? Ganon. Ganon kadami ang kailangan kong ipag-marketan. Nagets nyo? No? So, ang pagnenegosyo, hindi siya madali. Lalo na kapag, kailangan mo talaga to reach those many people so that you can get 100% that you're going to have 10 people to buy your product. Because that's, when you know your break even, kailangan mabawi mo yung ginastos mo. So, kailangan mo, alam mo kung ilan ang kailangan i-target mo para mabawi mo yung gastos mo. No? Or ilan dapat ma-target mo para maka-profit ka. Otherwise, kung hindi mo alam yun, hindi mo alam yan, hindi mo ma-strategize ilan ba dapat kong i-approach na tao. Okay? So, ganun po yun. Okay? So, kaya ba? Kaya ba magnegosyo? Kaya pa rin? Kaya, sa totoo lang, ang marketing is one of those activities na talaga kailangan natin, we put more emphasis to, and that we put more budget to so that we can get this much people to buy our product. Okay? So, ganun po siya. Laban lang. Okay? Talagang ganun. Okay? So, if you are really trying to compete fairly, you will have to undergo hardships. No? But at the end, no, once you have already established those, no, and that you also continue on with your strategy, mas madali na lang yon. Okay? Sa una talaga, mahirap yon. Okay? And as again, no, wag mapahinaan ng loob kapag tayo ay nare-reject, no, or hindi natin ito i-take as a failure on our part. It's just the reality of it, no? So, ganun talaga. Even if you go and study it, you will get the same results. No? That's already a theory. That's already an established reality that when you sell to, the ratio for selling is 1:10. Okay? All right. Going back. So, and so that is what we call your sales plan. Wait lang. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, so I need you to understand the concepts first before we go to the templates, ha? Kasi mahirap siyang intindihin kapag hindi natin naintindihan para saan ito. Okay? Ayan. So when you come up with your sales plan, no, so you forecast your sales for the next 1 year, or you come up with a monthly sales, no, so that you can come up with the yearly sales, no, that you need for your venture. Okay. So when you do your forecasting, okay, it can be you can make use of different methods, no. So if you have, say, a historical data already at hand, then you can make use of that historical data to plot in your forecast for the next year. No? Otherwise, if you don't have that, then you can say, for example, get information from a market study of how much you're going to be able to sell, no? Given, say, for example, the market share that you're targeting. Okay? Or you can make use of the length of a sales cycle, no? So you can analyze how long a lead takes to convert to a sale, meaning to say that how long does it take for you to market the product and get the sale, no? So kung nakapag-try ka, no? In your 1 month, you only sold about 10, no? So meaning to say that that would be already your basis for the next months, no? So 1 month, 10 sales, no? And if I'm going to add more salesperson to join, how much is it going to be for the next or the following months? Now you can do that. Sometimes you can also come up with a sales projection given the projection that you really need to yung sale na kailangan mo talagang ma-capture, no, for the month. You will have to put in the figure that you really need to come up with for the month. You can also do that. Okay? All right. So I will show you later how it's done with the template. Okay. Wait lang guys, wait lang. Okay, sorry for that. Okay. So here you have you can do this now, so, as I've mentioned earlier. Now this is a way for us to understand how we're going to get the clients, no? So how many leads does it take for us to have in order for us to have this customer at the bottom? So here, ang customer dito sa bottom, ito na yung bumili, no? So meaning to say, ilan ang kailangan from the target market, ilan ang makukuha kong leads, no? From that leads, ilan makukuha ko as prospects. From that prospects, ilan ang magiging customer ko, no? So you have to so basing from the example that I had previously, you can also make use of that, no? So say for example, out of para ako magka-sale na 10, ilan ang magiging leads ko, no? So dapat meron akong 100 na leads, no? Ito yung kaya kong ma-reach. Alright? So yan yung customer funnel natin. Okay? So the people plan is actually not included in the template, but I will just have to discuss this so that it would also be included in your financial part as part of the salaries of employees, no? So when we, of course, when we come up with our venture, we have to identify how many people do we need in order to operationalize our business, no? So we have to identify the roles that they're going to have, ilan ba sila, kailan ako mag-hire, no? anong kailangan kong skills, anong budget ang kailangan ko para sa type of job that they are going to have, no? So, you have to know, bakit kailangan ko pa ng hiring date? Kailan ko siya i-hire? You have to remember that once you have come up with your, say, organizational chart, hindi naman lahat ng employees at the start of your business, most especially if you're a startup, hindi naman lahat yan kailangan mo at the beginning. No? Remember, you have to bootstrap. What do we mean when we say bootstrap? Kailangan, as much as possible, hindi tayo gumastos. No? Kailangan natin magtipid. Okay? So, kailangan natin mag-bootstrap. So, we have to know when should we hire this particular person. Kailan natin siya kailangan. No, hindi pa pwede na mag-hire na tayo na, say, for example, website ng IT personnel or whatever. Hindi naman tayo IT business. No? Pero kailangan natin siya in the future. Pero not now. No? So, hindi muna natin siya i-hire. Na-identify lang natin na we will be needing these persons, but we will not hire them now. Okay? So, you have to also understand those. Okay, so now let's move on to your financial plans. So, there are 3 types of costs. Na-mention na to ni Ms. Tisonet last time. So, we have your startup cost, your variable cost, and your fixed cost. So, we have to distinguish, or we have to differentiate all 3, so that we will understand kung ano yung mga to. Bakit natin kailangan malaman ng mga to. Alright. So, for startup capital, anong ibig sabihin ng startup capital? Can you type it on the chat box? What do you understand about startup capital? Ito yung, by the word itself, start-up capital. Anong mga, anong included dito? Okay, seed money for the business. Okay. So, this is the money that you need to really put up the business. So, ito yung kailangan mong pera para makabili kasi, for example, ng machine na kailangan mo for the business, building na kailangan mo, or rental mo, for the business. Okay? So, that is your startup costs. And then, you have your fixed cost. So, when we say fixed cost, from the word itself, fixed, meaning to say that this is your cost on a regular basis. So, every month, ito ang binabayaran mo. Walang palya yan. Meaning to say that even if you are not selling anything, you are still paying cost for this. So, like say for example, during the pandemic, wala kang sales. Diba? Almost lahat ng company sa experience nito, walang sales. Pero, hindi ibig sabihin na nag-stop din ang cost mo. Hindi ibig sabihin na wala kang babayaran kahit walang pumapasok sa'yo. Okay? Ano mga examples ng mga fixed cost na kahit wala kang benta, kailangan mo nito magbayad on a monthly basis? Walang palya.
Electricity, ma'am.
Anong mga
Rental bill po, ma'am.
electricity? Pwede. Okay. What else? Rental. Okay. Very good. Okay. So, ang rent talaga nung pandemic was the pinakamabigat of all cost, fixed cost.
Rent pa,
Kasi
ma'am.
kaya nga 'di ba meron help ang government. Ventures or companies will have to pay even if they are not earning. So ang laki talaga ng effect nun sa company, Is salary a fixed cost or a variable cost? Is salary a fixed cost or a variable cost? Is salary a fixed cost or a variable cost? Can you type it on the chat box if you say fixed or salary? Fixed or variable? Fixed or variable? Okay. Ang salary is really a fixed cost, no? It is only a variable cost if, say, for example, you have a daily worker, no? But it's actually a fixed cost. So, meaning to say, isa pa yun ang naging problema, no? Nung pandemic, kahit wala kang benta, magbabayad ka ng sweldo ng employee, no? So that is a fixed cost on the part of the venture, no? So ito yung mga kailangan natin pag-isipan, no? Kailangan natin pag-isipan na kahit wala akong benta, ito yung every month na kailangan kong bayaran, no? Hindi naman po pwedeng sasabihin mo sa employee mo na si Mits, wala tayong benta ngayon eh. Sa sunod na lang yung sweldo mo. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Monthly, wala kang benta, babayaran mo si Mits. Na? So that is your fixed cost. That's something that you will have to bear, no, as a venture or entrepreneur, no? So kailangan mo 'yan talagang bayaran. Okay? So kaya kailangan mo ma-make sure that you have enough fund to do this, no? To be able to pay for this, no? Kailangan mong meron kang naka-standby na pera dyan para in case, no, meron kang pangbayad. Okay? So, kailangan mo ma-include yan sa iyong mga budget. Okay? Next. So, now we understand what the startup cost is and then you have your fixed cost. So, what is a variable cost now? So, a variable cost is directly related to the to your product. Okay? So meaning to say that these are costs that you incur in order to build your product. Okay? So pwede na rin natin sigurong ipasok siya as your COGS, no, or cost of goods sold, no, kasama siya doon. Kasama yung variable cost doon sa COGS mo. No? So, kunwari, you are trying to sell a cell phone. So, each part of your cell phones has a corresponding cost. No? So, say, for example, the battery is part of the variable cost of your product. Okay? Ganon siya. So, that is your variable cost. Alright. So, tatlo yon. So, ang tanong, sa tatlong ito, ano ang dapat natin pinakaiwasan na cost? As much as possible, tipirin natin na cost. Sa tatlo, ano ang dapat ang pinakaiwasan natin na cost? Fixed, variable, or startup? Okay, bakit ang daming variable? Okay, hindi pwede natin maiwasan ang variable kasi guys, ang variable, yan ay kasama sa pag-build ng product. Kung wala kang variable cost, wala kang benta. Hindi ka makapag-build ng cellphone, hindi ka makapagbenta. No? Ang maganda sa variable cost, kapag nakapagbenta ka, bumabalik siya. Diba? Bumabalik yung pera mo. Kasi nandoon yung costing ng costing ng parts. Okay? Nandoon sa price, ng selling price mo. Okay? So, kung hindi variable cost, is it startup or fixed?
Startup cost, ma'am.
Startup cost. Okay? So, ang pinakaiwasan natin is startup cost. Okay? Fixed cost is one thing that we also need to iwasan. Pero ang startup cost is really the one that we, as much as possible, iwasan natin, no? Or liitan natin. Hindi naman natin pwedeng iwasan yon kasi ganun talaga, no? Meron kang startup cost. Pero, kung kaya natin iwasan, babaan, the better. Kasi yon parang kumbaga pa, in economics, yan yung dead weight loss. No? Hindi mo na siya mababawi. Okay? Hindi mo na siya hindi mo na siya mababawi, no? Ang startup cost, say for example, nagbili ka ng machinery, no? Ang mangyayari, depreciation na lang yan, 'di ba? Okay, hindi na siya nag-value up, no? So yung pera mo natulog na siya doon, no? Parang ganon. So as much as possible, kailangan natin iwasan, no? Kapag ito yung maging problema ng mga startups minsan, no, that they get too excited with their business. They get to have their office, they get to have their whatever, and then ang gagawin nila, first things first, renovate. Okay? Paint, design, whatever, no? Ano mangyayari? Napunta na lang yung pera mo sa pintura. Na kung pwede, gamitin mo yung pera na yun pang build ng product para may ibenta ka. Na? Naiintindihan? Okay? So, you have to prioritize your money. You have to you have to understand that your money is limited. So, you have to make sure how you are to allocate it properly. Na? Saan mo siya ilalagay? Na? So, kung pwedeng mabawasan natin yung startup cost, the better. So, say for example, what are the bootstrapping methods or bootstrapping methods that we can use, no, in order for us to try to limit our startup cost. Kunwari, kailangan natin ng machinery. Kailangan natin ng machine. Kailangan natin ng equipment. Okay? So, ano pwedeng option natin na hindi tayo bibili ng machine? Ano pwede natin option? Dali, dali. Okay, kailangan creative mag-isip ang mga negosyante. Okay, very good, Ali. Okay, pwede tayong mag-rent. Or, say for example, pwede tayong mag-subcontract. No? So, say for example, ipagawa natin tong ganito sa kanila. Hindi na tayo mag-put up ng factory natin, no? Etc. So, you have to be creative on how you are to get rid of this one. Naintindihan? Okay. So, very good, guys. So, always pag negosyante tayo, bootstrapping. Paano ko ma-make sure na hindi ako gagastos, no? Or just make use of my resources and just make use of other creative things that I can think of in order for us makaiwas ako sa gastos. Okay. Kapag, say for example, fixed cost. Fixed cost, anong pwedeng gawin para maiwasan ng fixed cost? Okay, so say for example, salary. Paano ko maiwasan ng salary? Paano ko maiwasan ng salary? Nako, automation. Pero gagastos ka pa rin doon, Ali, na? Pero po pwede, no? In making use of technology for you to be able to hire less people, okay? Mag-hire ng kapamilya. Walang bayad ba? Bad yun, Daniel. Hindi po pwedeng walang bayad, okay? Ano? Kaya nauso nga yung yung endo-endo ba yun? Endo-endo ay yung hindi mo siya i-regularize. No, pero syempre bad 'yan. Pero yan yung parang way for you to limit your salary, no? Cost. Or you can, as I've said, you can say for example subcontract the activity to another company. No, that way wala kang benefits to your employees. But basta ganon, no? Or contractual, as Romnick said, no? So you have to be very creative on how you can lessen the cost, no? So remember, startup, pinakaiwasan. Second is fixed cost. Kung po pwede, wala kang masyadong malaking fixed cost. Kasi remember, kahit wala kang benta, labas na pera ito. Okay? I-drain ka ng fixed cost mo. Okay? And of course, you have your variable cost. Ang maganda lang sa variable cost, mababalik siya kapag nagbenta ka. Pero you have to make sure that mabibenta mo. Otherwise, it becomes your inventory. Okay? Are we clear with that, guys? Are we clear with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. So, yan po ang mga kailangan natin gawin. So, key terms, you have to bootstrap, no? You have to understand the different types of costs, no? And how it is going to affect your venture. Okay, time check muna tayo, 11:13. Okay, so I still have about 1 hour. Okay. Next. The next thing that we need to understand is your unit economics. Okay. Your unit economics, from the word itself, it says unit, no? Kung ikaw ay sanay na negosyante, actually don't actually look at your P&L, your balance sheet and all that. Like me, I look into the unit economics. I look into the cost per unit compared to the price or the profit I gain per unit. That's what I look into. No? So unit economics describes a specific business models revenue and cost in relation to an individual unit. No? So a unit refers to any basic quantifiable item that creates value for a business. Thus, unit economics demonstrates how much value each item or unit generates from the business. So what they look at is the profit, the cost versus the profit per unit basis. Okay? So kasi kung sanay ka na, no, you already know what is the average or the regular unit base profit that you get, the cost and the price, no? And if there will be a difference in terms of unit cost, you will now understand, you will now, malalaman mo anong naging problema dyan, bakit ganyan, bakit mas mataas, bakit tumaas yung unit cost natin, etc. No? So, like in our case, when we are, di ba, nasa sawmill business kami, so my unit economics are into, I look at several units, no? Pwede siya several units. We call it as your, KBUs, na key business units. So I look at the cost for per cubic of wood that is delivered, or the expense that we have for the logging trucks. We also look into the expense that we have per unit, cubic unit, in terms of export of sawn timbers. I look also, yun tinitingnan ko, na units by units. So it really depends on what type of business that you have. Now, what are that KBUs that you're going to look into? No, but here we have an example of a unit that we look into, which is of course the cost we spend, for a client, for us to get the client. Okay, so most especially if we are trying to offer services, our way of finding out the unit economics is on a customer basis, so hindi siya product based but customer basis. So a unit, sabi nga dito, refers to any basic quantifiable item that creates a value for a business. In this case, it's either a customer or a product or multiple units. So your unit economics includes your cost of goods sold, your customer lifetime value, and your CAC ratios. No? So when we talk about your cost of goods sold, these are the costs that you incur in building a product. 1 unit of a product. No po pwede. 1 unit of a product. Or we can call it as your cost of services sold na when you are offering a service. Na? So how much do I spend? How much is the COGS for your cell phone? So you have to break it down. So you have your battery, you have your screen, etc. So you build that, you try to find out how much it costs. So that's your COGS. Your customer lifetime value, okay, talks about how much money a business receives from a given customer before the customer churns, no, or stops doing business with the company. So ito yung in one customer that you're going to get, how much are you going to be able to earn from that one customer? Na? So sabi dito, from a given customer before the customer churns or stops buying. Okay? Bakit nilalagay ito? Kasi like say for example in services, no? Studies would show that customers will stop buying or getting the services after 3 to 5 years. Okay? Because they would like to find something new or better, no? Or look at something nagsasawa or something like that. And so parang ganun lang yung customers natin, no? Makukuha na lang natin sila ng negosyo after for 3 years or 5 years. Now, after which you will have to make sure that you get more people to buy your product. So parang loyalty nila is around 3 to 5 years, no? So if you would notice with restaurants, na, they usually change, they renovate, they rebrand their restaurants every 5 years, no, because of that. All right? So anyway, so kailangan natin i-calculahin 'yon. Magkano ang makukuha nating negosyo? So say for example, if I am an iPhone user, kunwari how much na ba ngayon ang kunwari 50,000 pesos. 50,000 ang benta ko ng cellphone, na. So sa isang customer, makakuha ako ng 50,000 pesos, no? And then most likely bibili siya sa akin every year. So kunwari every year for 3 years. Okay, bago siya mag-churn. So ang customer lifetime value is how much? 50,000. 50,000 ang isang cellphone, bibili siya sa akin every year. Magkano ang akin? Magkano ang magiging customer lifetime value? Magkano ang makukuha ko sa isang customer in 3 years? Magkano? Sige nga, type on the chat box. Very easy. 3 times 50 is 150,000. So that's the lifetime value that I'm gonna get from the customer. Okay? So yan yung kikitain ko sa kanya. Okay. Ngayon, I will have to compute on my end how much am I going to earn from how much is my cost, no? How much naman on my ang ginastos ko para siya bumili sa akin, para makuha ko siya as customer. Okay? So, kunwari sa 50,000 ang COGS nito, no? Ang COGS nito is 10,000. Magkano kita ko sa kanya? Sa isa? Magkano kita ko sa kanya sa isa? 40. Okay, very good. So, 40,000, no? 3 times siya bibili sa akin. Magkano? Magkano? 120. Okay. Kita ko? Kita ko? Kumita ko? Yes. Na? So, magkano ang Okay. So, magkano ang profit ko? Okay. 120 na pala na. Yun na ba? Yun na ba yung profit ko? Sorry. Bali. So, 100, magkano nga ba sabi ko? 50. Tama. So, ang kita ko sa kanya is 120. Okay? Tapos, syempre, para makuha ko siya as customer, may gastos ako sa kanya na marketing, etc. No? So, ililess ko pa yun. Okay. So, kung i-compare ko ang LTV ko sa CAC ko, okay ba ang negosyo ko? Okay. Diba? Kunwari, ang aking marketing lang doon is, say for example, ang marketing ko doon is another 10. So, ililas ko lang yung 10. So, 30. Meron pa rin ako. Diba? So, kikita ba ako? Okay ba siya negosyo? Yes. Okay? So, you just compare your LTV versus your CAC. Okay? So, that's your unit economics. Okay? So,
Oh,
okay.
nag-adjust ko be.
Okay. So now let's move on to your template. Can you see my screen? Kita po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if you download your template, meron siyang Excel doon. Actually blank siya, no? I can send this one to Miss Tisonet so that you will have an example of what to put in. Okay? So you have to know that, of course, kasi ang ating company, ang ating foundation is from India. The currency is in Indian currency, no? So you can just change that. That's their Indian currency INR. That's so you can change that into peso. Okay, so you have to tell us what are your assumptions now before you begin with putting in the information in your template. Okay. So say for example, as you can see here, meron siyang mga assumptions nakasulat. There are 3 students start Mentor Connect company. It is an AI power blah 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 blah. Okay, so ang nakasulat, say for example, the total startup investment is 10 million INR. Half of the amount is invested by founders and the other half is interest-free loan from friends and family. Okay, the products being sold are 1 hour of mentoring for now. These are one-on-one sessions that are purchased in advance and paid for by the entrepreneur mentee. So the standard size is a 10-hour pack. Now, so you have to establish what are the assumptions, where and how you were able to come up with the figures that you're going to put in the sheets later. Okay. So, first you can click on the first tab, no, which is ito nakasulat din dito, no. COGS is in INR 700. This includes the cost of INR 400 per hour being paid to the mentor, etc. So you can put that. So what you can do is to go to your startup cost and put the information. Okay. So in your template, this is going to be blank. So you're supposed to be the one to put in the figures. Okay? So say for example, of course, you have to check, no, kasi most of the time the white cells are formula cells. The orange one, you will have to input the information. Okay, So these are examples of your startup costs. You have your business registration, product development, website design, website development, computer systems, etc. So you put the figures here. No? Wag naman masyadong basta lang kung anong numbers, na? So make it realistic so that you would really know whether you can push through with this business or not. Okay? So you have your startup costs. These are examples of your startup costs. You have your capital work in progress, which is the an amount that you can budget for future requirements, no? You have your starting operations. You have the amount of money requires for product launch, rental expenses. You have your stationery supplies, no, etc. Okay, so from there you would know how much do I need, no, for me to establish this business, and how much how much ang kailangan ko na capital, magkano yung meron ako, at ilan pa yung kailangan kong capital, no? At para alam ko kung saan ako kukuha. Okay, either it's going to be a loan, or it's going to be a grant, no, or I'm going to get investors, which we are going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, so then you go to your you can go to your right after your startup cost, you can go to your COGS calculator. Your COGS calculator, as I've mentioned, talks about the cost that is directly related to building your product. Okay? So in this case kasi, it's a service. So these are the variable costs that they have per unit. Na? So you have your mentor, engagement fees, server charger, coordination. So it automatically computes for you. No? So all you need to do is to input the information. Okay? Ayan. Alright? And then you can go to your salary. You can go to your sales forecast. No? So say for example, how many are you going to have? How many subscriptions are you going to have per month? No, so 50, 75, 100, etc. until the end. So you input on the orange, no, and it will automatically compute for you. Okay, so you input this one, the sales that you're going to have, or the customers that you're going to get, no, and then, or the units that are going to be sold, no, and then the price per unit, you input that. Okay, the cost per unit, you also input that. Now you get this from your COGS. That's why unahin mo muna yung COGS. Okay, so again, you input the startup cost, then you go to your COGS, and then you go to your sales forecast. Na? So once you're done with your sales forecast, you go to your forecast P&L. Okay? Or what we call your profit and loss. Na? So from here, as you will notice, yung number of units sold, nanggaling siya dun sa sales forecast. So that's why unahin mo muna yon para ma-input na yung information dito. The same thing as with your per unit price. Okay? Your COGS are also included here. Oh, I'm sorry. Nandito pala yung fixed expenses. Okay, sorry guys. Wag muna pala sa forecast P&L. Sorry again. Again. Startup, COGS, sales forecast, and then you go to your salaries. Okay, so you have to determine how many personnel you're going to have so that you can have information about your salary, no? And then that's the time you go to your forecast P&L, because the salaries are already taken from that from the salaries sheet, but this one you will have to input other fixed expenses that you're going to have, and then the rest is going to be automatically computed by the template. Okay? And so you go to your break even saan ako? But ang balance sheet ko wala. Okay. Sige, I don't know why, but it's supposed to have like a balance sheet pa. Okay, so anyway, dapat may isang sheet pa yan sa balance sheet. Okay? So anyway, this break even, okay, what is the importance of this break even? So the break even is this is the sales level that of the number of units that you must sell in order to break even, meaning that revenues are equal to your expenses. No? So meaning to say, bawi ka. So kailangan maabot to para hindi ka lugi, no? Para mabayaran lahat ng expenses mo. No? So kailangan mo malaman ano ang break even ko, ilan number of units na kailangan ko mabenta para hindi ako lugi, bawi lang, no? So pag lumampas ako, ibig sabihin kikita na ako. May kita na ako. So any units sold beyond this quantity will allow the company to generate profit. Okay? So this is one of the best uses of break-even analysis is to play with various scenarios. For instance, if you can reduce the cost of producing an item, what will be the impact on how many units you need to sell? So you can use many such of what-if scenarios to arrive at the sales that your team can achieve. No? So pwede mo siyang paglaruan para malaman mo kung what if, say for example, babaan ko yung aking cost, anong mangyayari, ilan na lang kailangan ko. Okay? So your break-even analysis, no? Why is this an average sales price per unit? Is because some of you might have several items to sell, and then you just get the average price. But if you only have one item to sell, then so average cost, or you get that from your COGS already, no? And then this will automatically compute for you. So all you need to do is to input these two. Okay? So the other cells are formula cells. So all you need to do is this one. So pretty easy. No? But what is most important is that you understand what it means, what it does, no? And where to get the information from. Okay? So if you are having doubts of, if you don't if you still have any clarifications on how the concepts are defined, you can look at the glossary to check what it is all about so that you can exactly explain your financials. Okay? And then you have your ratios here. You can do this on your own. Now you can come up with your ratios. And there's a formula for this one. It's already indicated there so that you would understand, and you can make use of this in your decision making. Okay? So you have here your turnover ratios. These are examples of your turnover ratios. Now, that is the formula of how to get it. So you can do that here. You can already do that here using this formula. No? So then you have your profitability ratios. No? Rate of investment. No? Usually, at yung mga tinatanong ng mga investors, no, ano bang ROI mo dyan? Okay? So, kailan ba ang balik niyan, ibig sabihin. Okay? So liquidity ratio, solvency ratio, and you have your coverage ratio. And then you also have a sample here of how you are to validate your MVP. Okay. So like say for example, okay, so you can, if remember I think it was Francisco asked about what the questions are to be asked, no? So you can like ask these types of question like, how many of them or how many of them like the app, found the app laggy, content useful. So really it depends on what type of products you're selling and what features you would like to test with them. No? And then you come up with the results of the test this way. Okay? And then, na ba? Okay. All right. And then you can look into this one, but this is going to be, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, no? Regarding your cap table and your funding requirements, no? But you can already go over this one because these are also part of the financial part, most especially for the startup cost, no? So this is to determine how much funding do you need, no? So given that, say for example, you have only this much, no, that founders equity, and so you would be needing this much money for you from, say, an external funder. Now, may it be bank for loans, may it be investors, no, etc. So you can also and find, go and already try to input information on this one. So with this, now I will, as I've mentioned, I will provide Mrs. Sonette with this one so that she can distribute it so that you would have a sample, no? Kasi yung nandun sa inyo, sa platform ngayon, blank siya. Okay? So, you can make use of this as your guide or you can make use of this template. Si-save as nyo na lang, meron pa rin kayong guide, tapos eto pa rin yung template na gagawa ninyo. So, you will have to translate this. Teka lang, mali ang binuksan ko. You will have to input those information from the Excel to your pitch deck. Okay? So, sa pitch deck natin, sana ba yung pitch deck natin? Ang pitch deck, ayan po. Na? So, sa sales plan, as you can see here, your customer acquisition. So, ilan ang target market ko, ilan magiging leads ko, ilang opportunities and prospects, ilan magiging customers ko. No? So, as I've mentioned, your target market is your TAM. Okay? So, amongst your leads, ilan yung, you can make use of your SAM here, no? And then opportunities or prospects, and then your customer, your SOM. Okay? So, you can identify the different types of target market that you have, no? Most especially when you are already trying to determine, say for example, my target market is women, Filipinas. Okay. So ilan yun? My leads would be Filipinas in a certain geographic area. And then my opportunities are Filipinas that are, say, for example, in that geographic area, age, ganito, eto na yun, tag segment type, no? age group ganito, they are environmentally tawag dito, or tech savvy, etc. So yan yung mga nandito na types of segment. So ilan yon? Target segment, target customer, channels to be used. Ano ang channel para ma-reach mo sila? No? Iba-ibang channels na pwede mong gamitin, particularly for that segment, no? Kasi syempre iba ang platform ng isang millennial, iba ang platform ng isang Gen X, na? So you have to determine what kind of channel you're going to reach out for them, no? And then estimated number of leads, na ilan ang makukuha mo, no? Estimated cost to convert these leads to actual customers, no? So you can look at your unit economics to also find out your CAC. You can put it here. Okay. Your go-to-market strategy, I will expound on that next meeting. Okay, tomorrow or Saturday. Okay, so these are your financial plan. So you have to put here your startup cost and a few explanation of what are the costs that you're going to need now. So you summarize it in the box here. Okay, and then you have your forecast P&L. Okay, so this is to determine whether you are going to profit or you're going to have a loss at the end of the month. Okay, kikita ka ba o hindi? Okay, and then you have your financial projections for 5 years. No? So how much you're going to earn for the next 5 years. This is, you can get the information out from your forecast P&L. So if you have your total year for the first year, what is your second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year? Okay, so you have to tell us what is the growth of your sales, no? And say for example, we project that for year 2, our sales will grow by 2%. And every year right after. Okay, so pwedeng ganon. So you have to put in your assumptions. So the number of existing shares and amount to be invested, earning after 5 years, discount rate numbers. These are all part of what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, so entirely different topics na yan. So you have your unit economics. We have discussed this earlier. And then you have summary of your P&L, which you can just get from your template, no? And then this one we're going to talk about tomorrow also. Okay? So do you have any questions or clarifications at this time? Mga CFOs, now is the right time to ask questions or clarifications, because you're going to do this already today and tonight, so that you will have information before we discuss your funding by tomorrow, and must be able to put this all in the slides by Saturday so that your mentors can see it and provide you some feedback. Okay, so ganun tayo mabilis ngayon. Yes, Ali, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Question ko lang, ma'am, yung about sa ano po, parang funnel siya. 'Di ba, ang last nun is customer po. How about, ma'am, if meron pa kaming another layer pa doon, ma'am, which is para siyang subscription. Meron yung customer lang na regular, then meron din yung customer na mag-pay ng extra. Parang sa funnel ba, ma'am? Para siyang
Okay. So,
subscription. Yes.
okay. So, pwede kasing dalawa ang gagawin mo. For those that are going to be, that you're going to get a subscription, yung magsa-subscribe, and those that are going to be on just a transaction base. So, dalawang funnel siya.
Ay separate ma'am ang ang process sa yung with subscription and yung transaction na lang sa one time. I see.
Yes. Pero for simplicity sake, Ali, you can, kung hindi naman ganun ka malaking volume yung sa transaction, part type, at yung main focus ng company talaga is subscription, dun na lang, yun lang muna yung pakita ninyo. Just to
Noted
simplify
po, ma'am.
everything. Okay. All right. Any more questions or clarifications? Any
Ay, ma'am,
question?
meron po akong
Yes,
question,
go ahead.
ma'am. Sa
Mhm.
starting cost po, ma'am, or wala lang ko doon ganina, is, since mag-start up pa
Ako ba ang nakat or
sorry, na-mute po siya.
okay.
Regarding po sa startup cost, I don't know if nasabi ba siya kanina, regarding sa product development, kami po ang maglagay ng numbers po dito or pwede po kaming mag-search na lang po kung possible na mga numbers ang nandito po.
Yes, i-search nyo kung magkano ba talaga ang website development cost, no? Hindi yung tayo lang yung naglalagay ng information dyan. So, kailangan may dapat kung ano yung sa reality, yun talaga yung ilalagay natin.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, any more questions or clarifications? Okay, very good question so far. Any more? Okay, so again, this one,
meron
yes, go ahead.
pwede mag-question ma'am sa Studentify. Pwede ko lang iklaro sa kuan lang, milestone 2 pa po ito ma'am, di ba? O milestone 4 na po.
We are already trying to put everything for milestone 4. So next week you are supposed to submit your milestone 4 already. So but dapat this week tapos na tayo sa lahat. And then milestone 4 is supposed to be submitted next week. That's your final exam.
Thanks po ma'am. Thanks po.
Okay. Si Bea says, I would like to ask po with regards sa inverted pyramid and numbers po na ilagay doon. Especially those with TAM and such. Can we base it sa interviewees we had last time though? 26 lang po kasi yun. So do we need to conduct an interview or survey to a big number? Yes, you have to really determine how big your market is, no? Kasi hindi po pwedeng 26 lang ilalagay natin doon, no? But what you can do, my dear, now for out of that, say for example 26 that you have interviewed, what is the percentage of those people that out of the 26 that you have interviewed, how many of those are going to buy your product? So that's sort of like your guide, no, na ibig sabihin na kapag ito yung aking leads, no, kunwari doon sa 26 mo nag-agree sila, nagustuhan nila yung product, 50% of them agree. So doon sa leads mo, no, kung meron kang na-identify na target or segment of the market, so 50% of that will be your customer. Sana. Parang ganun. Okay? Any more? But if you would like to be very conservative, as what I made an example of earlier was 1:10. No? But since you have already a proof of the survey, no, na how many percent of them are going to be willing to buy it, then you can make use of that data, of that percentage. Okay? Anything else? Anything else?
Excuse me po, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
So for the solution video po, ma'am, is there a minimum or maximum duration po?
As much as possible, it's within 2 minutes. That's how
Mm.
short it is.
Ano,
Pero
pwede-
kung mas shorter pa, the better.
Excuse me, ma'am. Regarding po rin sa
Yes.
video po.
Mhm.
Wait lang, nakalimot ko. If, ano ngayon, ma'am? Pag di po kami nakagawa ng sarili namin, pwede po kaming mag-search ng almost the same. Tapos, i-edit lang namin. Pwede po ganun na lang.
Pwede naman yan. Pwede naman. Pwede naman siya. But don't copy entirely, That's a different thing.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Any more questions or clarifications? Okay, so again, MVP natin, lead natin si COO, and then, or CTO, and then we have your finance CFO is going to lead the finance part. And then the go-to-market strategy or marketing, we have your CMO, and the CEO will have to oversee everything, make sure that everything is coherent, no? And that consistent from milestone 1 to milestone 4. Okay.
Doc, pwede po pa-repeat po.
Again, sorry? Okay,
Yung CFO, COO po.
Okay, your COO should lead the MVP. Your CFO should lead the finance part. And your CMO should lead the go-to-market strategies. And the CEO should oversee everything and make sure that everything's coherent. Okay? Miss Net, they're not yet required to come up with the video recording for next week, no? Or are they already required? Okay, siguro wala. Wala ba si Miss Tisanen? Okay, so just prepare, no, in case that you will be required, aside from the submission of your milestone 1, milestone 2, 3, and 4 in the platform, you will also be required for a recorded pitch. So you will have to practice and have a script for your pitch, and everyone should be able to pitch, no, in the video. No, so you can assign your team members who is going to talk about the problem, who's going to talk about part of the milestone 2, milestone 3, milestone 4. So kailangan lahat makakapagsalita. Okay? All right. Any other questions or clarifications?
Excuse me po,
Okay,
ma'am.
so
Yes, Doc. Hello.
yes po.
Hello, Doc. Ikaw po ang nag-record for this session.
Ay, hindi
Nasa'yo,
po.
nasa'yo, ako ang nag-record, Doc, pero wala sa akin ang button. Nasa'yo ata. Can you make me a host po? Ikaw po ang host.
Wait lang.